GM, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday, the 13th of December, and let's get straight into the charts. Now, I was just going to say, I've decided to stay with the headset on for stream today, just because I think the audio was a lot better yesterday when I was in the airport compared to when I'm usually using the microphone on my laptop. I do have an external microphone arriving hopefully at the start of next week. So hopefully just a few more days to bear with the current setup until things improve. But getting into Bitcoin, then we can see that Bitcoin has broken out of this consolidation pattern. It's managed to close above the descending trend line, confirming the breakout, and importantly, it's closed above our 99,500 level as well. So I'm fairly confident here that Bitcoin likely makes another try higher over the next day or the next couple of days, certainly into the next week. And I did say yesterday I expected Bitcoin likely to consolidate a bit before making an attempt to new all-time highs. I talked about a dip down to 98.5 to 99,500. That's exactly what we've seen. So things are really playing out still as expected here, and nothing's really changed. We continue to make higher highs, higher lows throughout this consolidation. Obviously, the acceleration or the aggressiveness of the trend has started to drop a bit. But like I say, volatility is starting to contract again, and I think we could or likely do get another expansion to new all-time highs towards the 110,000 level, potentially running as high as 113,000. That would be my next target. And if I just go over to the weekly chart, we can see that that is our 2.618 Fibonacci extension. So obviously we talked about 88,000 being a big area. At the 1.618, we saw very, very light resistance there before pushing on higher. And my next target is going to be this 113,000. So I think that could happen fairly soon, potentially over the next few days. If we just look at the current funding heat map, sorry, the liquidation heat map, we can see we do have some liquidations over the last 24 hours down to around about sort of 98,500 that built up just under price. So potentially we do see a flush down there, maybe at the US Open to catch that liquidity, and then we could push on and potentially target highs again. And if we just look at the 2 week liquidations, just to give us the positions of traders over the last couple of weeks, we can see that we are having quite a build-up of liquidations above the price here. That's up at 100 million liquidations around the 102,500. So not even at new all-time highs. Obviously, short traders are putting their stops and their liquidation prices just above this recent high. I do think that price likely does target that over the next week. We've got a full moon coming up as well, so this is something that we've spoken a bit about on the channel just because they seem to play out fairly well. If we look at these on the daily, then we can see that the bullish moons, which are the full moons, tend to send price up. The bearish moons, which are the new moons, tend to result in price consolidation or, in fact, prices going down. So, I mean, don't hate me. I'm just literally the messenger here. I'm just sort of displaying things like they are. And here I've actually put a marker on when the new moon is likely to come in or is going to come in, which is going to be Sunday, the 15th of December. So literally in 2 days' time. So that could be a bullish catalyst for price. And certainly if we continue to close prices above where we are right now, obviously ideally above 100,000, but if we can just sort of grind sideways for a couple more days, then potentially we do get that explosive move higher towards 110,000, 113,000. I think at that point, I'd probably be wanting to de-risk. I expect that move will likely send the altcoins higher as well, or certainly if Bitcoin can get up to those levels, then start to consolidate, altcoins should really start to roof as well, which would be good for our altcoin portfolios. Certainly my leverage account would enjoy that. And just looking at Ethereum as well, we can see that Ethereum has closed back above this descending trend line. So this is the trend line from the previous bull market high to the current cycle high. We'd actually used that as resistance already when we previously came up to that level. So we knew that this would be quite a significant area. So the fact that we are now above this is good. Obviously, we have to stay above this level. So if Ethereum can close this week anywhere here or above, I will be fairly confident that we attempt at least to take out the current yearly highs around about 4,100. And from there, like I said, if Bitcoin breaks out, I'd expect Ethereum to follow and likely make its way up to around the 4,800 to 5,000 level, which is obviously our all-time highs on Ethereum. So I think that move will happen on Ethereum. I'm pretty bullish on Ethereum, and actually I opened up a new leverage long trade on Ethereum yesterday myself. I've said to myself, look, if Ethereum can stay above this descending trend line, so this was the trend line that I was looking to make entries on, which I have done. If we lose that, then the next level will be the longer term. Sorry, not the longer term trend line. That's confluence with this trend line here. I'm just trying to see what this one is. This is our 382 from obviously the recent swing low to swing high. So yes, I would think we might come down here to the 382 one more time if Bitcoin decides to pull back maybe to 98,000, starts to sort of shake a few traders out, and then we get another attempt at going higher again. So I am very bullish on Ethereum here. I just think it's really obvious. We've got Ethereum lagging. Solana's got back to its price cycle all-time highs. Bitcoin's made new all-time highs. Ethereum has yet not. Ethereum also is going into historically its most bullish quarter being Q1. So I think January of the last bull market cycle, Ethereum did something crazy like a 60 or 70% gain. I'll dig into that to maybe take a look at tomorrow. But yes, I think Ethereum really is the beta trade, is the catch-up trade to Bitcoin right now. Obviously, it's got an ETF gone live. It's hard to see how Ethereum doesn't at least get back to its previous all-time highs. And you've got to say, take those out over the course of this cycle. And if Ethereum's going to make that move, when's it going to make that move? It's going to make that move probably in Q1 of 2025, which should be its most bullish quarter of the entire cycle. So I just think any dips here really are for loading up on Ethereum, and that's exactly what I'm doing currently. So yeah, I think if we do see more of a dip today or over the next week, I'll just be leaning in more heavily on that trade. Solana as well. So Solana's one that obviously has been pulling back, has been a little bit weaker over the last couple of weeks. But if we drop down, I've also entered the new Solana long, and these are the levels really off the 618 from the current swing low to swing high on a shorter term time frame. I'm sort of using that to kind of get some sort of tighter entries onto Solana. So obviously the first one coming at this 382, we slightly front run that. So I haven't got too much on this. I'm about on half the position size that ideally I'd want. But obviously, if we come a little bit deeper on any sort of volatility today, I'll look to add to this one as well. So I think it's a matter of time before Solana gets to new all-time highs along with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Pepe as well. So Pepe just really consolidating. Pepe took obviously a big move up over the last week. It's now pulled back. It's come all the way back to just above its 618 from swing low to swing high. It's starting to get reaccumulated now, and I do think Pepe likely makes another push up. Obviously, it's a beta trade to Ethereum, so I think if you're bullish on Ethereum and you're thinking we are in a full-blown bull market and we're about to see a big alt season, I think Pepe is a great beta trade for that thesis. And let's just take a very quick look at the dollar. So the dollar pushing up today. So or pushing up over the last few days, should I say, obviously on a daily chart. So no real change for the dollar. I think as long as the dollar stays below this latest swing high and between this swing low, we likely just see some consolidation. I don't think this is really going to have too much impact on the stock market or the crypto market. Obviously, stocks and crypto still trending up despite some dollar strength, which is good to see. I think at some point, likely it could be the catalyst for it. Might be next Wednesday when we have the next FOMC meeting, but at some point I do expect the dollar likely to sort of come down over the next year, which will probably coincide with a major top coming for stocks and Bitcoin. Usually there's an inverse correlation between the two. Just looking at the S&P, so bit of a sort of well, just consolidation. I wanted to say a bit of a down move yesterday. We did see a red candle, but really we're just consolidating in what is a tightening range, likely before another leg of expansion in the stock markets, and Nasdaq actually taking the reins here, pushing on today, up 0.73% right now, and looking to cross to new all-time highs as soon as today. So yeah, I'll just summarize then. So Bitcoin is still looking strong. We've managed to hold our prior level of resistance, flipping that to support. Also, it looks like providing Bitcoin can remain above 99,500, I'm bullish for continuation higher towards initially 113,000 if obviously we get a close above all-time highs, call it 103.8, or really to be more simple about it, above 104,000. I think that we likely see some pretty rapid expansion into the sort of 110s. And yeah, that's it really. I'll leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you have done, please do smash a like. I know that in terms of additional content, I haven't really had an opportunity this week to make second or third daily videos. I've just been very busy with the travel, just come back to my apartment in Portugal. So, yeah, it's been a little bit difficult to get a second or third video done, but I will do an update very soon on the cryptocurrency stocks because I actually picked up some more crypto stocks myself. Yesterday, I bought some more Riot, Mara, and MicroStrategy. I just think that if we do see another leg up in Bitcoin, I want to have full long exposure. I had taken a little bit of profit out of MicroStrategy a couple of weeks ago in the mid 400s, but I've started to go back in the low 400s, and like I say, added to those couple of miners mentioned. So I'll get a video on that done very soon. I've also got a video on low cap memes that I'm going to be recording soon as well. So I've pretty much identified 5 low cap memes that, or not low cap memes, low cap alts, should I say. So it's not only memes, there's actually one meme, there's one RWA token, there's one AI token. So I'm looking to take my top picks from 5 different sectors, gaming included as well, and release a video on that very soon too. So if that sounds like stuff you're interested in seeing, please do subscribe so you don't miss out. And I will speak to you all again very soon. Have a wonderful day. GM, GM.